everyone, and welcome back to the Cabral Concept. I'm Stephen Cabral, board-certified naturopathic doctor. And today on our Friday review, by popular request, I'm going to give you right now, just literally 1 through 10, my top 10 supplements, nutritional supplements that is, that I use in my functional medicine practice in Boston. So just kind of as a prelude to that, what I want to say is that I did an episode back on, I believe it was number 354. And on that particular show and on that particular episode, I actually gave you the research right now, and this is based on the largest supplement manufacturers of what gets ordered the most from other functional medicine doctors literally around the world, as well as chiropractors, acupuncturists, naturopaths, anyone that practices functional medicine. Now remember, functional medicine is starting to get a little diluted, but having said that, functional medicine really in its purest form is lab testing to see what someone is deficient in or what they have too much of a toxicity of, and then changing that within the body, bringing the body back to balance. And anyone who does that, whether they are a chiropractor, acupuncturist, naturopath, they're a health coach, whoever it is that's able to test for that, really is going to be able to help you at the deepest level, because you're going to be able to find out what those underlying root causes are. And we get into that a lot tomorrow and the next day on the house calls. But yes, if you go to episode 354, so again, it's just stephencabral.com/354, you'll not only get what I'm recommending obviously today, but you'll get what tens of thousands of other doctors are prescribing on a daily basis in terms of nutritional supplements. And of course, these aren't prescription drugs. These are natural foods, natural minerals, enzymes, vitamins that are put in capsule form, typically vegetable capsule form, which is what I use. Then they get to be assimilated by the body in their most broken down state. So they're able to be utilized very, very simply. So that episode shows you what other doctors are using, and now I want to show you exactly what I'm using in my practice, both my online and an office practice. Basically, it's a concierge-based functional medicine practice where I work with people on an ongoing basis, typically around 4 months or so, 12 to 16 weeks, to help them recover from whatever type of mystery illness or just general overall wellness or losing weight when they haven't been able to before, or an anti-aging based protocol looking at their genetics, looking at their inflammation levels to get them to their absolute healthiest state. Because that's really what it's all about. When your body is healthy, it's amazing how much energy you have. You don't need to fake it with caffeine. You don't need to fake it with all different tweaks to your diet and figure out every single last macronutrient. You don't need to do that, because when your body's balanced, when it's healthy, it can use sugar as fuel, it could use fat as fuel, and it use protein to keep the body moving, to keep those tissues being regenerated on a daily basis. But enough about that. Let's get right into what I use and my top 10. So a lot of these aren't going to come as a surprise, and some might. Now, one more thing before I get started. These are not the Candida protocol. These are not the parasite protocol. These are not the gut rebuilding protocol. It's none of the things that you would use for a short-term basis, meaning you shouldn't be dealing with Candida your entire life. If you're dealing with Candida still, well, you haven't figured out how to get rid of it. And the truth is, we've been doing it for years. I've been using it on myself previously, and then obviously in my practice. That's a 12-week protocol. You don't need to be killing Candida after that amount of time. You just don't. Same with parasites. It's about 6 weeks to maximum of 12, usually 6 weeks. And the same goes for anything. SIBO, Crohn's, colitis, all these things heal within a period of about 12 weeks, 3 months. That's not that long a time. You get better, you feel great, you go back to living your life as a normal, in quotations, human being. So those aren't covered on today's show because I use those all the time. But remember, I lab test, I find out what the imbalances are, and then I prescribe those particular supplements. But for ongoing basis, like a daily basis, what could every human need and use? This is what I'm going to give you right now. So number one, above all else, and if you listen to last week's house calls, you heard about all the confusion around nutritional supplements. Here's the bottom line. You needed a multivitamin. You need a multivitamin that has an activated B complex in it, meaning like it has to have the methylfolate. It has to have the methylcobalamin for B12. It has to have the, all the different good B vitamins in their natural form. It has to have vitamin D3, not vitamin D2, natural forms of vitamin A. It has to have vitamin K in there. A lot of people don't put vitamin K in their formulas, and they should. So anyway, what I'm trying to let you know now is that that's most important, because people are always like, well, can I take some zinc? Can I take this? Yes, but it should be in your overall overall good multivitamin. Now, I have one called the Activated Multivitamin or the Activated Daily Multi, which is great. It has all your minerals in there and your vitamins. So not just one or the other, it has both. But the other thing is this, I like to combine that as the all-in-one. It's our daily nutritional support powder. And again, you'll be able to find, I'm not going to say it after this, so you'll be able to find everything today that I talk about on the show notes page. And to always get to our show notes page, again, you can go to stephencabral.com/podcast, or for this particular page, go to stephencabral.com/413. That's 413. stephencabral.com/413. And for any of the nutritional supplements, we don't have all of these in the online store. And the reason is that we can't be everything necessarily to everyone at this point. We're a really busy offline functional medicine practice helping thousands of people per month. However, in the future, we will have all of these things online. Right now, we have the most important ones online that people need to heal their body. But if you go to the show notes page 413, we will link up all of these today to our preferred brands. Now, remember, most of these are not our brands because if someone else does it well, like I've said before, I'm not going to create the product. I only create a product if there's a void in the industry, a void in the functional medicine field that needs a better product created based on specific labs that I see in my actual clinical practice, but also based on the research. So anyway, that's my whole spiel, and now let's get back into it. So the reason why I like the Daily Nutritional Support Powder is this. It's your multivitamin, it's your multi-mineral, it's your antioxidants, it's your liver support, which acts as a daily detox support, and it's 15 grams of hypoallergenic protein, which means for about $2.50 per day, it takes care of your whole breakfast. That's a very inexpensive breakfast, and it's the healthiest thing you can do for your body, and it also replaces 12 other vitamins and minerals. So as products themselves, saves you hundreds of dollars a month. If you're not doing that, that is where you have to start. Like that's number one. Here's my philosophy. Eat whole food. All your food should be from non-processed, ideally whole food, mainly plant-based. But to pick up what your body's missing from all of that great nutrition, because it will be, there's no human that's getting absolutely 100% of everything they need on a daily basis. That's just the truth. Our soil's different than it was 100 years ago, all these different factors. Anyway, this is what I call the feel safe. It gives you everything you need for the day at just a normal, nice dosage. Okay, number 2 is a greens powder. There's lots of greens powders out there. Just make sure you're not getting one with inulin in it, that you're not getting one with the grasses in it, that you're getting one where the fruits and vegetables are actually organic, right? Because you don't want to be eating the pesticides. So if it doesn't say organic on it, it's not organic. And the other thing is too, besides all the pesticides and all those sprays, you don't want the grasses. You don't want things ground down because that's not great for allergies and that's not great for actual absorption. What you want is the fruits and vegetables, they've been juiced, that's been dehydrated, and that's turned into powder. That's more bioavailable. That means your body's able to absorb it better. So we have one called the Daily Fruit and Vegetable Blend. It's 22 organic fruits and vegetables. You can check it out versus the one you have. If the one you have works great for you, then by all means, keep on using it. All right, number 3 is a probiotic. A probiotic is absolutely one of those things that are great for us to be eating. Why? Because thousands of years ago, and I would say even just like 300 years ago, we ate organic food and we didn't wash off all the soil-based bacteria either. We got probiotics from soil, like from dirt. We literally ate dirt on our food, and we didn't consider it bad in this super hypoallergenic, really nervous-based society. And I know why we have it, because we've brought our bodies to a point where they're very sensitive. Believe me, I mean, probably nobody's body's more sensitive or was more sensitive than mine to every environmental, allergen out there, and that included food. When I ran a food sensitivity test, I essentially couldn't eat anything, and when I went outside, I had to literally, my eyes would be itching, all these things, but grass, mold, pollen, dust. I mean, you name it, I was sensitive to those things. So a good probiotic, we like the Daily Probiotic Support, which is the one that I offer. And the reason is I created it for all of the people with digestive-based issues in my practice. But obviously it's good for everyone because it's non-dairy. And again, if your probiotic doesn't say non-dairy, it probably has dairy in it, which is not great. And the other thing is I wanted mine no histamine. So no histamine strains in there. So anyone dealing with inflammation in their body right now, allergies, asthma, ADD, ADHD, autoimmune-based issues, there's no histamines, which are going to aggravate your immune system as well. All right, so I'd like to give you a little caveat of why I'm choosing these specific things. The daily digestive enzyme or the digestive support. I'm a big fan of digestive enzymes. Why am I a fan of enzymes? Here's the reason why. When you take a digestive enzyme with your whole food meals, it allows you to break down the great nutrition that you're putting in your body to a much better level. Because remember, it doesn't matter what foods you're eating if your body's not properly absorbing them. I've seen people eat big salads and all these things, and it's not right for their body. And the reason is their digestive strength isn't on par to be able to break down leaves and all these uncooked veggies. So before you start to go to like an all-raw diet or any one of these things, remember, you need to be able to adequately break down all of that great nutrition, all of that good food. And an enzyme simply provides you with the proteases, the amylases, the cellulase, the lipase, and all the other things to break down fats, proteins, and carbs. And they work amazingly well. They really do. So again, we'll link that up today. Magnesium. Now, magnesium, number 5 on my list, you have so many beneficial forms of magnesium. If you don't know what form to take, I recommend magnesium glycinate. Okay? Magnesium glycinate is it's on par with the best of magnesium forms to absorb by your body. Magnesium oxide, a lot of these other forms of magnesium are basically garbage. They really are. They're not going to be absorbed. Yes, you can buy them for cheaper at your local Walmart, CVS, Rite Aid, Costco, BJ's, whatever. But the truth is, I've said it before and I'll say it again, do not buy nutritional supplements when you're shopping for toilet paper, paper towels, and your toothpaste. That makes absolutely no sense, but I know this is not common knowledge, so I'm not expecting you to know this. But when you buy supplements there, you're buying the cheapest of the cheap. They're not even absorbed. It's better not to take a nutritional supplement than to take one from just this huge wholesaler or reseller because they're just so cheaply made that you don't want to put that stuff in your body, just like a lot of the other stuff that comes from those stores as well. Okay. So magnesium glycinate, you can get it anywhere you want, but just try to find the glycinate form. And then also citrate works amazingly well before bed to relax and calm the nervous system. The magnesium malate form works fantastic to provide the body with a little bit more energy. But before you start taking different forms of magnesium besides like a glycinate or a citrate, I would work with a functional medicine practitioner who's able to fine tune that for you. Okay, number 6 is zinc. Zinc is one of those forgotten minerals that most of us are depleted of. Here's why. When the body gets stressed, when it gets tired, and I'm assuming you've been there before, you're going to wipe out your stores of zinc. You're going to wipe out your stores of glutamine, although we're not talking about that right now. But zinc is one of those things that makes more stomach acid, that helps repair your tissues, that helps rebuild that hair, the skin, the nails, all of those specific things. Zinc also works amazingly well for repairing the gut tissue, so sealing up the gut. It also works fantastically well as an anti-candida or anti-parasite specific minerals. And it's an anabolic mineral, which means it's better to be taken if you do take it at night with dinner, and you'll help to really rebuild the body. So zinc picolinate, when in doubt, zinc picolinate's a great one to take, but there's also sorts of different zincs, like zinc carnosine. That would be great for rebuilding your gut as well. So again, different forms of zinc, but zinc is absolutely going to be helpful for you under stress. And if you've been exercising a lot, you'll deplete your body of zinc. If you're a guy and you want to build more testosterone, zinc is also helpful. Okay, number 7, B complex. B vitamins are, and these are not in any particular order after my first top 3. Okay, so let me point that back out again. My number 1, 2, and 3 are the all-in-one, the daily nutritional support shake, which contains your multivitamin. It's greens powder along with that, and a probiotic. Why do I say that? The reason is that if you take those 3, and that's what I just call my Dr. Cabral daily protocol, it's because it's what I do every single morning. At 365 days per year, I take this. Whether I'm on the road, even more important when I'm on the road traveling, this is what I do, and this is what gives me the whole food nutrition of 22 organic fruits and vegetables, all my vitamins and minerals from a functional medicine standpoint, 15 grams of hypoallergenic rice and pea protein, and then a probiotic for good gut health. That's it. It's so simple, and it's under $5. But anyway, we'll talk about that later. So B complex. Now, you're already getting B complex in that all-in-one that we talked about in the morning. But a lot of people have stressful jobs. They have stressful lives, family stress, kids, all of those things. Or again, they're exercising a lot. They're working a lot. That's another form of stress in the body. Taking 1 or 2 capsules of an activated B complex, or just the good B complex with the methylcobalamin, the nature folate, or the methylfolate. Both of them are exactly the same. They work for the 5-MTHF level. That's what your body needs. Remember, times of stress, that zinc, that glutamine, the B vitamins, all of those are needed. And they're also needed for other enzymatic transformations in the body, such as producing hormones in your body, and again, energy within the cells themselves. Okay, number 8 is an omega-3. So why would you use an omega-3? Here's why. The standard American diet, the SAD diet, and also this goes for most everywhere in the world, processed foods are very high in omega-6s. You don't need omega-3 if you're eating a good amount of sardines or high omega-3 foods. But if you like to have foods that are processed, your omega-6 levels are going to be higher. If you eat meat that is not grass-fed, and you have eggs that are not pastured, and you're eating fish that is not wild, your omega-6 levels are going to be high. An omega-3 capsule or liquid, and we like orthomolecular, we like integrative therapeutics, there's a lot of great companies out there. So we like using 2 to 3 grams minimum of good omegas coming from EPA and DHA, and if you're vegan, you can also get it from ALA. The conversion is just less. It's about 6% to 14% based on chia seeds, flax seeds, but you still get it. And if you are following a strictly vegan diet, and again, most of my diet is completely vegan, but if you're following a strict vegan diet, then what you'll want to do as well is just make sure you're not getting really any of those processed foods, that you're getting more of those healthy omega-3s from avocado and olives and flax and chia, and you'll be doing great. Because again, I lab test all the time. I lab test everyone, and I get to do the omega-3 test, which is fantastic. Again, you can lab test yourself. Do an omega-3 test. It's the easiest test out there. One little blood poke with a finger, fill up 4 little dots on the card, send it back in. You get all of your omega-3 results. You get a good recommendation for you as well. Super simple. It lets you know how inflamed your body is, how many omega-6s you have, how many omega-3s you have, chances for increased risk of heart disease, how you stack up against the rest of the world. Really impressive test. One of my favorites, very little known about. All right, number 9. Number 9 is vitamin D3. There's not too much more I can say about vitamin D3 that I haven't said on previous podcasts. If you're not taking vitamin D3 and you're not testing your levels, bottom line is your body's not going to be functioning as well. You're not going to be able to keep the weight off as well. You're not going to be able to stay healthy, boost your immune system. And the truth is now, they're showing studies, and I'm going to actually publish this study. I'm going to show the results that if you keep your vitamin D levels up and you supplement with vitamin D from October through May for anybody living above Atlanta, Georgia, it's more effective than the flu vaccination. Let me just repeat that. Vitamin D during the winter, supplementation, not from the sun. I mean, sun is obviously better, but vitamin D supplementation, better than, more effective than the flu vaccine. So please share that with others. The study came out. I'm going to publish that, show with other people, and of course, hopefully you'll be using that advice yourself. All right, number 10 on our list. Number 10, this is one that I really struggled with. I'm like, what am I going to put for the last one on my list? And it had to be vitamin C. You know, there's so many others out there. There really are. I mean, there's so many great nutritional supplements, but I'm talking about a daily basis. What would I use myself on a daily basis, and what do I see myself prescribing most in my practice? These are my top 10. Vitamin C is used for everything from tissue repair, for reducing allergies and asthma, reducing inflammation. It's good for cardiovascular issues. It's good for constipation. It's good for blood pressure. Why is vitamin C good for all of these things? Here's why. Vitamin C starts a lot of these detoxification processes. It recycles other antioxidants, which are more powerful than itself. And also, vitamin C in and of itself, again, you can take whatever form of vitamin C that you would like, but being a powerful antioxidant and being something, too, that doesn't get talked a lot about, it helps with a detoxification process. So it makes your body healthier from a systemic standpoint. That's why we include 500 milligrams of vitamin C in our daily nutritional support shake, because we really believe it's that important. One more thing I'd like to add about vitamin C is that Linus Pauling, who's no longer with us, but was a brilliant biochemist and also a 2-time Nobel Prize winner, actually used vitamin C, and he used the ascorbic acid form. Of course, there's debates over the whole food form versus the ascorbic acid form. I use both in my practice, and the reason is that ascorbic acid is great for people with viruses, illnesses, also for people with histamine and allergy-based issues who would react to a lot of the citrus-based or acerola cherry or the rose hips, and they just can't deal with a food base because of histamine-based issues. But then eventually I like getting people on a mix of both, so I get kind of the best of both worlds, really, which is what I believe in. I believe in state-of-the-art functional medicine, mixed with traditional naturopathy and Ayurvedic medicine, traditional Chinese medicine, the best of everything, literally. So, but what Linus Pauling did is he actually used and proved and showed that vitamin C is vital for the aging process. If you want better turnover in terms of cells, so that's hair, skin, nails, yes, but it's also heart tissue, it's organ tissue, all of these things. Your body needs vitamin C. Plus the adrenal glands. We're all kind of dealing with adrenal alarm stage, resistance stage, exhaustion stage, all of those things. The adrenal glands need to be nourished with enough vitamin C as well to do their job. So that's a great one. One bonus one that I wanted to add that I use a lot in my practice, and a lot of people may not know about this or even think about it. So I want to give you one little bonus one. And that's ginger. Just good old ginger. Yes, it comes in capsule form, but ideally I like people to drink it as a ginger tea, a hot ginger tea. Or they can do a cup of ginger in the morning when they wake up. They can do it with each meal. And it's one of those things that's so great for digestion, but also it's cleansing. So it cleanses the kidneys. It helps actually kill microbes, bad microbes, pathogens in the gut. It works phenomenally well for any type of urinary tract-based issues. It's just a great overall product. The only people who might not be able to use it right away are those with acid reflux or indigestion, just because for right now, their esophagus, the lower esophageal sphincter, and other acids within the stomach aren't working properly. But that is one that just works so great for the lymphatic system, for the digestive system, for good overall health and anti-aging as well. It's one of those big ones in Ayurveda that's used as something to prevent nausea, used during pregnancy as well. Just an overall great herb or root. So that's my top 10. Those are ones that I see myself really recommending and using every single day in my practice. Now, there are many more. I use literally hundreds of different nutritional supplements. I have probably over, I would say, 50 different brands in my wellness center in Boston, and we have a big wall of all our nutritional supplements. We have no favorites. We have no loyalty to anybody. What we do is we literally use the best of whatever the research is out there, base that with the best company who does third-party testing to make sure there's no heavy metals, there's no mercury, there's no mold, there's no lead, there's none of that in our products. And then we try to get people the best possible price. I mean, that's what we do. Now, remember, if you were to use every product on this list right now, I bet you could do it for about $10 per day. Now, I know that might seem expensive, but really for so many people right now, you're spending $10 on it's like $4 or $5 for like a Starbucks latte. You're just purchasing like extra things, like maybe like a big bag of goji berries, which would be like $12 or $15. Like all those things add up over time. Now, I'm not saying that you should use all 10 of these, but what I am saying is this, and here's the reason why I'm not saying not to use all 10 of these, because all of them, except for your greens powder and your probiotic and your digestive enzyme, all of them literally come in your daily all-in-one. And that's why I can't recommend it enough to you. And you don't even have to use ours. I'm just recommending this is what you should do. It's what I do myself. It's what I recommend for my wife. My kids get it. Everyone gets it. It's because here's what it is. 100% of the RDA, and more than that in most cases, your B vitamins, your vitamin C, your vitamin D, everything is in this thing called the Daily Nutritional Support Shake. Everything's in there. It's everything that you need. And that allows you not to have to be absolutely perfect with your diet. And then if you want to do one more thing to that, you could just put 1 tablespoon of the daily fruit and vegetable blend in your smoothie in the morning, just like I do. Now, if I have extra greens that day, if I have spinach, I'm going to put it in. I always put in my frozen blueberries and my frozen berries into that shake, but putting the extra greens in there is kind of like a feel-safe. And the reason I say that is that most of us eat vegetables, or we try to. But we're not eating 22 different fruits and vegetables, not even over the course of a week or a month. Most of us stick to like the 3 or 4 different vegetables that we like, and we eat those on a daily or weekly basis. Same with fruit. We eat the same 3 or 4 fruits all the time, but we're not necessarily then getting the benefits of all those other different types of fruits. I believe in eating a rainbow of fruits and vegetables, and I believe a rainbow of fruits and vegetables is what keeps us healthy, and it's what the majority of our diet should be made up of. So again, the all-in-one Daily Nutritional Support Shake, which is the same thing, the greens powder, that's just my fail-safe. And you can get both of those for like, I don't even know, about $4 a day. It really is not that much money, and it can be your whole breakfast. So that's not a bad price to pay. You won't even need the coffee after doing this because you're going to have enough and so much energy that you don't even need the caffeine. That's what I found out, and so has really thousands of others. And then if you want one more, then you could add the probiotic, at least for 3 months to 6 months, rebuild that gut. But the first 2, you do that, you can be doing so great for yourself. Again, you can look at all of these links to, again, not just our supplements, not just our company. It's the best of the best. That's my belief. That's what I give to you. And that's how I sleep well at night. So it's episode 413 today. So just go to steamcabral.com/413. Hopefully this episode helped. And please do feel free to write in with any questions that you may have. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks for just tuning in, and now that it's March, believe it or not, spring is right around the corner. And spring has always been known as the #1 time of the year to detox your body from everything that's accumulated over the winter. And although I do quarterly detoxes myself, spring is always the season I do my longest detox to help with allergies and the heat accumulated through the cold Boston winter. So this month, I'd love to have you join me in our spring detox so that you too can enjoy your healthiest spring and summer ever. March is also going to mark the last month I can offer the quarterly Dr. Ball Detox at $100 off. This package used to allow you to literally buy 3 Dr. Ball Detoxes and get 1 free. Unfortunately, the rising cost of manufacturing a high-quality functional medicine supplement formula, along with increased shipping fees, will no longer allow for this huge discount. But for one more month, I did want to give you the opportunity to purchase 3 Dr. Ball Detoxes, which equals my 21-day detox, and then get another 7-day detox completely free. For this limited time offer, simply go to stevencabral.com/store, and you'll see a bar across the top of the website linking to this private offer page. Thank you once again, and I look forward to getting healthier and detoxifying with you this spring.